This movie was amazing.
This movie was badass. Before we get started, there's a reason I'm wearing mostly black. This is Gregg's last person-to-person review. Because Kate refuses to let us hang out anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I am so sorry, Kate.
It's probably that reason.
It kind of is to some degree, but it's more practical than anything else. Kate got a job in Cincinnati, so she and Gregg will be moving to the Queen City in a few weeks. So we wanted to tip this off by finishing it with the best movie possible, Last Airbender. No, I'm just kidding. We just saw The Last Witch Hunter.
And oh my god, this was a Vin Diesel exploitation.
Honestly, I don't know how it got only 16-70% on Rotten Tomatoes, because it was pretty sweet. I mean, there really wasn't anything predictable about it, but it was pretty badass. I mean, it was like Constantine with talent.
It's like Vin Diesel plays Dungeons and Dragons in real life with a sword, slaying like evil monsters and like undead and like druids. No one likes druids.
No, fuck druids.
Yeah,
this was straight up like Dark Souls. Like, this was if From Software took ideas for Dark Souls 3 before they released it, and having Dark Souls 3, awesome.
I mean, it has all the elements of a good movie. First of all, you care about Vin Diesel because he's Vin Diesel. Second of all...
Hang on. Not Vin Diesel because he's Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel because he's in a non-Fast and Furious Vin Diesel role.
No,
he's less of a jerk-ass.
You know, we care about Vin Diesel, whatever movies he's in, because clearly he has motivations and deep personal problems that can only be, solved by being a very terse, tough man.
With a very, very deep voice.
Yes.
I am Groot. I drive cars.
We're getting back to the roots here.
Yeah, we're not talking about slaves.
Oh god, I don't even want to check if my ancestors were slave owners.
I own slaves.
Oh god. Oh.
So we watched a movie.
Yes. And if you get anything from this review, is that you should stop watching this review right now and watch this movie.
Seriously, I mean, I am not much one for just straight up action constantly stuff. But this movie combined, like I said, it was like Constantine with witches instead of demons. A little bit, it's almost like he was channeling Christian Bale from Batman Begins. He had that kind of very cynical, I don't care what anybody else thinks, I've got a job to do and I'm going to do it. A little bit of drama in there. It just had it was very well balanced.
There's even a child who was lured by the promise of candies to evil ends.
That was hilarious.
I mean, I took notes.
He really did. I mean, this is what's going to happen on during his bachelor party. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
I am not going to go anywhere near your room when we get to Vegas. I'm just kidding.
That's true. You'll catch several diseases.
Wait, you went to the Villages?
The Villages in Bangkok.
Damn it! Okay, so let's just break it down really quickly. Last Witch Hunter starts out in, I guess, post-Black Plague era times. You have a group of holy warriors, which...
From their Vikings.
They really... Seriously, Vin Diesel straight up looked like Ragnar Lothbrok from the Viking series. It was awesome. But it was... Their sigil looked almost like the Jesuit cross with an axe running through the middle of it. And they were on the quest to strike down, I guess, the Tree of Life for the Witch Queen, or I guess the source of all witchdom in this post-Black Plague era. They succeed in destroying everything but her. She kills everybody except Vin Diesel, infects him with life, insert obligatory Green Mile quote here, and flash forward several thousand years to the present.
Yeah, essentially it was the Witch Queen. They were fighting her because she set upon the earth the Black Death.
To destroy all mankind and inflict the race of orcs. Wait, damn, sorry, never mind.
Yeah, I think even the orcs would have been fighting this evil bitch.
Seriously, she made Sauron look like a Puritan.
Well, Sauron was more of a pervert. He liked to watch. But the Tree of Life, like, there was a giant tree, but it was more like her bitch queen penis just jutting out of the earth.
Like, you had Berador from Lord of the Rings. You have this from Last Witch Hunter, which actually looked infinitely times creepier because it didn't really have that steel structure. It was just kind of very Lovecraftian, eldritchy, Freud was right kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was a combination of pestilence, evil trees, and dead things, necromancy. It was
The
very.
Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, so she's putting this plague on the place, and, like, you just have this gruff group of Vikings that, probably didn't even adhere to Christianity. Like,
Except for the cross.
Yeah, the Christians just told them, like, hey, you want to kill people for money? And they're like, okay. And
We're going to join Blackwater.
yeah. And, like, I was sold by the first 30 seconds of this film.
And it wasn't even before the credits started. It was just a bunch of badass, gritty, almost Night's Watch people from the Game of Thrones verse, except with crosses instead of all black. But we'll get to the Game of Thrones stuff later, because there were a couple of, things from that. But that happens. Obviously, Vin Diesel fails like it's Pumpkinhead. Well, not really. He gets infected with life, and then it flashes forward to the present tense, where it's...
he gets cursed with immortality because, as any anti-hero, he is tortured by, the plight of his own existence. And so, what perfect revenge to curse him with immortality.
Walk the universe for eternity alone. Like, that hasn't been done before.
Yeah. It's like, I would definitely, in real life, curse Vin Diesel with immortality, so he is forced to serve humanity by making his films continuously.
And getting more and more morose as time goes on. But, so he basically, like, I keep going back to Constantine because that's kind of what it is. Like, he's hunting down individual witches, kind of like how Keanu Reeves and Constantine hunts down individual demons. For the goals we don't know at the beginning, but he meets up with Leslie Rose. For those of you who don't know, is Ygritte from Game of Thrones seasons 2 and 3 and parts of 4. Yeah, she wasn't. Was she in season? Yeah, she was.
Of course, my friend here is mildly in love with her. I, of course, stay true for Elijah Woods and his sexual appearance in this film.
Dude, redheaded Irish German chick with an axe in magic.
And I'm going to counter you with adorably furry feet.
How did I not know you were to say that?
Have
you seen my feet? I look like a Wookiee wearing a sweater.
Your feet are hairless, my friend. I shall pull my socks off, and this room shall fill up with fur.
Can we wait till the end of the movie before that happens? Because that did actually happen during the flick.
Okay. Let's stay away from the furry stuff for the
we didn't
PG-13 rating.
We didn't really watch Zootopia.
Oh.
So he basically, we really don't know what his goal was other than hunting down these individual witches for artifacts. You don't know what's going on. Then he runs into Michael Caine, and at that point the movie takes off because it's Michael Caine we're talking about here.
And keep in mind that we already had like a Viking / like monster slaying scene, so the movie already took off. So it went from like turboprop to supersonic.
Like Elon Musk has nothing on this. So they're doing research on these witches and the so-called witch queen. Once again, it's very vague. It's open to interpretation. Then he meets up with Elijah Wood, who pretty much is Shia LaBeouf monkey from Constantine, except with more talent.
I don't know. I think he's lovable and adorable. He makes me think of Lord of the Ring. I missed the fact that Samwise wasn't there. But ultimately, he has a ring by which he is tempted in this film. But we'll get to that as we go on.
But Elijah Wood's character is pretty static in the beginning. And then going on a couple other witch hunts, like it's something out of The Witcher, albeit he's not Geralt of Rivia. Michael Caine dies, much to my utter chagrin, which made me want to drink more. So he takes it upon himself to try and find the killers. Elijah Wood gets sworn in. They do some witch hunting. They happen upon this one mook that supposedly killed him. And they capture him, take him to the supposed witch warlock prison thing.
The asylum.
Seriously, it was like Guantanamo Bay meets the undead asylum from Dark Souls.
Obama was trying to close it the entire time.
And obviously he failed because Karl Rove is still around. There's a lot of there is a little bit of convoluted sense because there are a lot of little subplots, like they're going to do this without explanation, this without explanation, this without explanation.
Oh, everything made sense.
Towards the end.
As long as you had your Dungeons & Dragons Monster Manual guide, you understood the societies of these evil creatures, and you could clearly see why they're doing what they're doing. But I shall forgive my friend's ignorance.
I wasn't saying I was ignorant. I was trying to explain it to the masses.
The masses?
Not everybody plays D&D, sir.
Well, that's true. No one of importance.
Nobody of your caliber.
Yes.
Yes. So we saw a movie.
What? I thought we just drank for an hour and made shit up.
We do that. We don't need a movie for that.
Oh, okay.
But long story short, all these little side fetch quests. Now when he's teamed up with Rose Leslie, aka Egret 2.0, who plays a badass witch.
And your crush.
Damn straight. Well,
I would have got my crush at home.
I am so sorry, Kate. I subjected him to foreign witchdom. He will put his weight on it when he gets home. So he's going back into his memory since Vin Diesel walked the earth for I think he said 800 years. Was that what he said in the course of the film?
Yeah, it was 800.
He's trying to go in his memories to see what's happened during the course between when he first tried to kill the Witch Queen and now.
He is quite tormented by memories through sort of, I wouldn't call it Inception style flashbacks, but
almost Matrix style.
Yeah, there's a lot of like imagery supposing that he's under some sort of mental torment, and through the film, through the co-actress, I guess, she finally is called upon by Vin Diesel to help him regain his memories.
Yes. Even though she tries to slip up a few times and torment him, and of course being the fact he's Vin Diesel, he escapes every single time and still manages to conquer everything otherwise because the plot said so.
I will give this film one negative mark in that I actually don't know what the in-character name of that actress you were talking about was. I have
Chloe.
Chloe Kardashian?
Oh, you're fired.
I hate this fucking job.
You get the back here. You just moved the camera, you son of a bitch.
The camera wanted to be moved. It was through my emotional plea and great storyline, and it feels feelings it didn't used to. And this
movie really didn't have too much character development or plot. It really was just your straight up action, sci-fi, slightly thriller flick, but it really was well put together. I mean, towards the end of it, obviously, Vin Diesel realizes that the priests, the Jesuits that were supposedly helping him, didn't actually kill the Witch Queen. They destroyed her but her heart, but rather than destroy her heart, they held on to it because they were afraid it would kill him. And then the witches that they imprisoned in the witch Guantanamo Bay get resurrected to bring back the Black Plague and resurrect the Witch Queen with said heart.
In the entire film is Vin Diesel trying to figure out the cover-up of the fact that they spared the Witch Queen's heart in order to save him. His immortality, of course, was tied to the survival of the Witch Queen's heart.
Supposedly. It was never proven. They talked about it, but it was never proven that the heart was tied to his immortality.
Oh, I think that we can just assume that people know that this is the case. I mean, the only way to actually prove it is to either understand the curse, which no one understands, or to actually stab the heart through. And who would want to risk Vin Diesel's life? That's like, you insure, what was it, Britney Spears' ass for $1 million. No, sorry.
Kim Kardashian's.
No, Jennifer Lopez's ass was insured for $1 billion at some point in time. And, like, the only way to, like, actually figure out if that was true would be to stab her ass with a sword, which no straight man would do.
I don't know. I would stab her. I would rather save Kristen Bell's ass.
It is a cute butt.
Yeah, she does have a hot butt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you said Christian Bale.
No, Kirsten Bell. Kristen Bell.
Okay. All right. Well, you just learned something about me. But the point is that
Sure.
the point is that I think we can take it for granted that there's a strong connection between Vin Diesel's life force and that
heart.
curse in the heart.
But and of course then, sort of twist, not really, Elijah Wood's character betrayed Vin Diesel right when he's about to kill the Witch Queen.
Well, at the very end, he decides that he wants to keep the Ring of Power, so of course.
It's pretty... Actually, that's a really good... it's a good exposition right there.
Mm-hmm. I know, I think about these things.
Shoots Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, of course, being the fact he's Vin Diesel, doesn't die. Resurrects himself after saying goodbye to his dead wife and daughter from his early life before he was declared immortal, because they said that he needs to get up and fight.
Yeah, there's actually a game a lot like this. It involved...
It was almost like playing John's Pockets from the LARPing universe back in Morsander.
Well, there's
my true colors from many years ago. Good God.
And there's something about, like, Risk Taker, Ashley, something.
Yes.
That game with the family.
Yeah.
But we apparently don't collectively remember the name of that game. But the themes have been done before.
A Game of Lives.
No, I refuse to acknowledge that.
Of course not.
But it was actually a very moving theme.
It kind of was cool because he had this kind of haunting him in the background, kind of like Inception. This movie honestly had a touch of Chris Nolan to it, not just because Michael Caine was in it, but it really had these kind of underlying, very subtle plot themes between this huge series of action sequences.
Well, the thing is, you'll say that there's no character development.
No, the characters are totally static. There was what you see character-wise is what you got throughout the entire movie. There's a reason we're not talking about the characters, because there's no character advancement.
No, we can talk about the characters plenty. Where, Vin Diesel played an honest-to-God, lawful good paladin. Wherever he saw evil being evil, he wanted to destroy it. Wherever constrained by law, where he could not destroy it, he did not destroy it.
True.
In the end, he followed his principles, and he sought to make the ultimate sacrifice, only being saved from the fate of destroying his own existence.
True. Okay, yeah, I will give you that.
With the greater calling that there are greater threats than just the Witch Queen's heart.
The wishes of the many overrule the wishes of the one person. But then I loved Rose Leslie, because she goes from being this quasi-sociopathic witch person to, honest to God, realizing the error, or I guess the frailty of her kind, and wanting to create some sort of balance between humankind and the witchdom, and honestly helping Vin Diesel's character through it.
Well, she was never a sociopathic character.
Well, I guess in the beginning she had this kind of like witch for hire kind of person, like a mercenary almost thing.
No, not really. She was just a business owner, and those were her people, and she had a cultural mistrust of Vin Diesel, who is, of course, a witch slayer and has killed many of her kind. But she was essentially a good character who wanted order as opposed to chaos in the world, who wanted...
This is really turning into an episode of Thief the Dark Project.
No, this is more like going through a character creation manual in Dungeons & Dragons. But again, I'll claim precedence, or not precedence, but responsibility over this particular event.
Anyway, the movie is a straight up action movie. The plot is paper thin. It's not.
I will disagree with you there. This movie was moving for me.
Well, let me finish.
The
before
themes were timeless.
Well, I agree, but let me just interject for a minute.
Uh-huh.
It's been done before.
Yeah, but
it sheds new light on it being done before. But if you've seen as many movies as we have, you can predict a lot of what's going to happen. It's not a bad thing. I like that whole concept, but there really is action sequence, action sequence, action sequence with minor development, and it is predictable to some degree. That's my take, though.
Well, predictability, of course the good guy's going to win. Of course he's going to get the girl. You know, unless you see like a bizarre French film where the world ends up doomed, or you read a Lovecraftian novel.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, there are a certain number of outcomes where things will end, and the truly great, or perhaps the truly terrifyingly bad films will throw something that just doesn't make sense, or you would not think made sense before.
Mm-hmm.
And that judges a film that is going to create new ground. This film was something that touched my heart in a way, because it was a fundamental driver of me caring about the characters. It was fundamentally, I was excited about who played the characters. I was excited about the action. I was excited about what themes in which I was interested in. And so for me, I didn't care that like it followed perhaps a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I played before, because it was all about the human experience, and the human experience was there for me.
No, I like that, and I do like the fact that Vin Diesel and Rose Leslie grew in characters. Just because I said it was predictable, didn't mean it was a bad thing.
Well,
I liked it. I liked the way they grew together and they worked together and developed an alliance, rather than this femme fatale anti-hero, we're gonna bang for the sake of continuity like any James Bond film. They honestly became a really good pair of allies, much like Gregg and I did out of the beginning, from two dudes that didn't know each other to, hetero life mates.
I mean, I'm a paladin. You're a witch. It wasn't.
I was more I'm more like a pyromancer.
A pyromancer? Don't you mean pornmancer?
You haven't seen my closet.
I've gotten molested by the closet because you left certain devices on.
God damn it. But but no, I mean I do like it, and just because I'm constructively critiquing it doesn't mean it wasn't a bad flick. In fact, I will probably go on to Amazon after he leaves and order it for myself, just because it's a good flick. There's nothing highbrow or thought-provoking beyond the character development, but it is good. But every movie has its faults, and I don't think this movie should have gotten the 16-17% that it did on Rotten Tomatoes. There's a lot of great action, really good special effects. Vin Diesel's a badass. Like, he's reliving his days of Riddick, like Pitch Black era Riddick. Not Chronicles of Riddick, but old school. And Rose Leslie is definitely doing her wildling egret thing. Elijah Wood plays more of a badass than you would think about from his previous flicks. And Michael Caine is Michael Caine. Nuff said.
Elijah Wood's actually surprised me because
he had such a great twist, though.
He did.
When he turned State's Evidence and became a badass, like warlock, or I guess more like a squib.
That went over my head, but go on.
Sorry, Harry Potter reference.
Oh.
No, okay, excuse me, a muggle. Squibs are wizards that are born with human capability. Well, I guess muggle squib, that's up for debate.
Face the camera and explain this through. Someone will appreciate it.
Okay, for the Harry Potter... Okay, so Elijah Wood was supposedly born under witch and warlock's powers, but lacked the magical capabilities. I haven't read all the Harry Potter books, so I don't know that constitutes him as a squib or a muggle. So you guys throw that in there. Long story short, we're running out of time on this.
No, we're not.
We still have another...
Our audience fell asleep, but we can continue talking about this.
Of course. But I honestly think...
Silent night.
Which night?
Oh, hellfire.
Hellhounds come. Okay.
Okay.
was a good movie. If you like action movies with some thriller, sci-fi, horror, Eldritchian, Lovecraftian style stuff, it was good. I liked it. I will get it. If you want more thought-provoking things like The Usual Suspects, which I do own, once again, not discounting that. I love most genres of movies. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want a good hour and a half flick of sci-fi, horror, action, I would get it. That's my take, though. Greg?
For my take, it was very simply, if you know that spring will come and flowers bloom, and you still find it refreshing when you go out to a clear sky, beautiful flowers of vibrant colors, this movie was that spring that you expect. That cool yet warming breeze.
Okay, Longfellow, get to the point.
This movie, it was a good movie. It was a feel-good movie. It was an exciting movie, and it's characters that you're gonna love. Is it gonna change your religious beliefs? Is it gonna write that new scientific paper that you've been looking for inspiration for? Of course not.
No.
This is Vin Diesel. This is like, you're either going to masturbate to him or you're going to go brag to another guy who's going to go masturbate to it.
Exactly. I liked it. Greg liked it. I recommend the movie choice for it. So, I mean, if you want a good movie, go see it. If not, well, now you know what not to see.
Well, you're stupid.
Well, exactly. But on that note, please join me in thanking Greg for 3 and 5 good movie reviews with me. We will probably do several other movie reviews on Skype when he gets settled in. To my hetero life mate, you are the man.
That was my penis exploding.
Thank you. There'll be some reviews and a couple of new co-hosts coming up, but for the time being, there'll be some short reviews that I've got coming up. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.
And I shall be a jealous bitch when you get more co-hosts.
Thank you guys so much. Peace.